Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror freaks, and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. It's a full house tonight. I'm Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Good evening.
Pugs Dread.
Namaste. Howdy.
And Mike Kruger.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
So how are you good folks doing tonight?
Still burning.
Next question. Yeah, for real.
Well, Pugs, more of a Hulkamaniac than ever, I'm sure.
Honestly, his opinions on Pox is
Well,
brighter.
better quality, sir.
You brought it up, fuckhead.
We're still in a minute, Pugs, remember? Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Don't blame me.
The post show's going to be a whole
Did you
different
not
thing.
dangle the carrot?
You did.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, Kruger, how are you doing? You haven't been on in a minute.
First show of 2025
Yeah.
I'm tired, and I work with children.
He's tired of starting all those fires. You're making it like hell yourself.
No, I'm actually pissed I don't live in California because the amount of fucking cool ass promo I could shoot with all that fucking flames.
He's not
under 3 minutes. We're not getting monetized anyway.
That's okay.
This is how we cope with this bullshit.
Where's my banner already? I'm still like, why did Fallout stop shooting? You got free production value. It doesn't make any sense. They stopped.
I'm waiting for the Barbie and Kendra movie. It has to already be done, even though it's not been announced, as far as I'm aware.
They're shooting at Grillo right now.
Yeah. They're one of the 40 people arrested that thought they were looters. By the way, fuck those people to death.
Yes, fuck them.
In Minecraft.
You got
to change the subject. I have been keeping busy on our gaming channel though, so
We've seen.
And it's kind of topical because we are doing George Romero's Resident Evil tonight. So if you want to get some more Resident Evil action, make sure to subscribe to Flesh Wound Gaming. I went through and gone through, I think, 4 of them right now. So
yes, Flesh Wound Gaming if you're not subscribed. And immediately after this show, we're going to be live on Patreon for a review of African American Psycho.
Get your baby oil ready.
We will also be breaking down all the clues that were there in plain sight that Pac was trying to tell us about 30 plus years ago. So there will be some clips. I'm not sure how much of it will make it to the public version of it, but word slip. Here we go. So
all right. So yeah, I guess like news-wise, not a whole lot. I mean, obviously.
Well, Dan, remember I told you I had something, so there is something that's more.
Okay. Well, go.
Oh, you just want me to go with it? Rumors are swirling about the future of the Saw franchise. Some claim Twisted Pictures has approached Blumhouse and A24 about taking the series in a new direction. While Blumhouse is reportedly interested, nothing has been confirmed. For now, Twisted Pictures remains at the helm, with Tobin Bell already confirmed to return as Jigsaw in Saw 9.
Well, I really hope they fucking just.
Yeah, sorry, I read that. Yeah. I'm dyslexic on Romans, I guess.
I really hope that they don't go with anybody different because the last one I thought they knocked out of the park. So whoever the fuck is that, keep them in charge.
That'd be good old Lionsgate's where they've been at forever. So we'll see. I don't like a change on this one. I think the tone's
what happened the last time? Fucking shit changed. Fucking,
but nothing changed. Maybe that's a good thing. That was Lionsgate too. So
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
Again, rumor. Movie bringing something cool up. We got to talk about that after it saw.
Ooh, yes. And JG, I did pre-order the Party Nerds double feature from TerraVision. Very excited.
Giamatti in talks to play Stanley Kubrick in a making of Shining TV series.
That would be interesting. Fucking
Yeah, I mean,
watch all the bullshit he put Shelley Duvall through.
But having Giamatti, that's bad as fuck. That's high quality, high caliber.
I can see it. Yeah, I'm in for that one.
He should have won an
I haven't heard
Oscar
about
10
this.
years ago for Straight Outta Compton, but
This guy.
again, I'm never forget. It comes up every time I can.
But
Every
Giamatti.
Giamatti, best supporting, goddammit. It's Jerry Heller. He in
No Vaseline. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Oscar show coming soon. Although we don't have a firm date now since the announcements got pushed. The voting's going to get pushed, and then the ceremony will probably get pushed too.
Yeah, I wonder. God, I wonder how long they're gonna bump it.
It doesn't matter. It's gotten bumped for long before. It doesn't affect. I mean,
It used
More
to
time
be
to
later.
get them all in, which is fine.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
no, we'll
some
still
of
have the
that.
same window because we still don't know the actual nominations.
Yeah,
True.
I've been going at a pretty good pace this year, but I'm not going to say no to a little extra time to. get
Whoa,
on it.
Acres of Movie is chiming in. Insider reporting that Duvall would be Anya Taylor-Joy and Ray Nicholson Jackson as that's perfect casting.
Ray
his son.
Nicholson, yeah, that's a fucking
Yeah.
that,
Lewis
that's a
Pullman
dead
for
ringer.
Stephen King. Huh. It was.
Oh.
I'm in. Fucking make that shit happen.
Is this going to be a
And
match
make sure they
show?
watch The Offer, and so you know exactly what to do.
That's what I was getting at because I feel like if this is on Max versus Paramount Plus, I don't know. The offer was
Who-
perfect.
Here's the real question. Well, okay, I see Pullman for King. I don't know how I feel about. Oh, Lewis Pullman. Sorry, fuck, I was into Bill.
You see
Pullman.
Bill?
No, now I want Bill Pullman.
I want the Bill Pullman biopic
thing ever.
now. Like he could be both. Yeah, I just seeing him like basically
Ooh.
screaming at Stephen King, "Get off my fucking set!"
Matt Arnett. Shit, get Joe Hill to play King. Fucking A. I don't. He might
Yeah.
bring some negative energy to the set. That his dad didn't like. The
All right, and I would just go hard with it, and it's like now he's just gonna like just I don't know, just totally browbeat you in front of the crew. Giamatti though is must see, so I'm really excited.
Oh, I do have another piece of breaking.
Oh, go
news.
for it. Yeah, mine's less pleasant. So
Mine's breaking Troma news. Now
Oh.
available right now, this second on Troma Now. My favorite movie of 2018, or is it 2019? Whatever. Shakespeare shit. Hashtag Shakespeare shitstorm is now streaming on Troma Now. For those
nice.
who have not seen
Watch
it,
that shit.
yes,
Yeah.
maybe we'll figure out a watch along since everyone can do it now. So, if you want
Yeah.
it, you let us know.
Yeah, it feels like we reviewed that in
5 years
20
ago.
Yeah. Fuck Shakespeare shitstorm. Is that pre you, Kruger? Maybe not
It was
quite.
it was right around the time I came.
Yeah,
Okay.
2025.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought you
I
were
think it
there.
was 2020 because no, it was for the 45th. It was 45th anniversary when it came out. Now it's the 50th. So, or well,
Okay.
now it's the 51st. But whatever.
Yeah, it's been forever. So
That wasn't the big trauma news that I teased last week. It's still
every time you say trauma news, people are gonna think it's the
well
doc-
that I teased that last week, and that's still no update. But that's what the buzz is. So soon,
Okay.
hopefully. So go ahead, Dan.
All right. So my news is less pleasant. I think everybody knows Neil Gaiman.
Who?
Neil Gaiman, aka Caligula.
I like him more. Fuck.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know
You
where I
make-
stand with these fucking hoes. I don't give a shit.
Okay. The opinions of Pugs Dread do not represent me. No, but he
I know
makes
yours
the-
are worse.
Dude, Neil Gaiman makes Vince look like a Boy Scout. Have you read that shit? Literally, that shit. Like,
No.
it's bad. And if you guys
What
out
else do
there
you think went on in
oh,
that brain of his? Look at what he writes. Look what he comes up with. I'm
And
not
you
surprised.
should say, excuse me, Dan, what Vince McMahon was alleged to have done.
Yeah.
well, no, we know he was pooping on girls. Come
No.
on, Todd.
It's none of my
Consensual
business.
pooping.
I don't care.
Maybe consensual pooping. That's up to debate, but no, yeah, allegedly. But
Did
Neil
you not
Gaiman-
hear his statement this week?
Hold
Come
on.
on.
JG Michael with some fucking truth bomb. Garth Ennis greater than Neil Gaiman. I agree.
Preacher is pretty fucking hard to top. It really is. Pugs, get on that. You really need to get on
the
that.
show.
Yeah. Overlooked season 1 a little bit, but yeah, no. I guess not really a big surprise, but if you've read the details, they're pretty awful. So yeah, I guess we won't be getting any more American Gods, or I guess we are getting Sandman though, because it was already shot, but probably no
When
more.
are we getting the parody shit, man?
Asylum coming soon. But yeah,
Asylum doesn't do that shit anymore. God damn it.
Asylum is still active. It's just, it's not always a guarantee you're going to pick up that DVD in Walmart like it used to be. Although
I don't even mean that, Dan. I just mean in terms of their mockumentaries. They don't do them like they used to.
Mockbusters, you mean?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, there you go. They've been a little slower. I mean, Planet Dune wasn't that long ago. They did Twisters.
I like the old school ones. The new ones usually suck. In my opinion.
They miss like the super obvious ones. We talk about it all the time. We're like, why didn't they do one for that? Like, there's like, but then yeah, I don't know.
The last couple of fucking ape versus monster movies has made me despise Asylum with a passion.
They haven't been their best, but
yeah, but I still like the era of Eric Roberts shooting his presidency. In
Yeah,
like
but
a
it's
Motel 6.
It's no Komodo versus fucking Boa. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think that was Asylum, in fairness, though.
it wasn't.
They did Mega Boa, but
I get it. Those sci-fi originals for that era, all together. But they still fits the style.
Drunk like Michael Madsen.
Yeah, I get that, but the joke is cool the first time you see it, but now you're on the 5th one and it's the same thing again and again.
Yeah,
so it loses the initial charm of, oh look, he's there in his living room pretending to be president. Oh, there he's in his fucking living room again playing president.
You know, Eric Roberts just fucking rolls out of the bed.
Yeah. You probably see his wife in the background.
Dude, he's not even wearing pants when he records those. Like, come on.
No, Michael Madsen is absolutely not wearing.
Oh, he's in the Dan suit, all 100%.
The Dan suit, that's fucked up.
Yeah, just socks. That's it.
Fuck yeah. I don't wear socks either, Kruger. But...
He's a weirdo. You know that.
Why do you want to wear socks? I do when it's super cold.
So your feet don't...
Wait.
Okay.
You know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
It's so hard to understand.
They get caught on the Velcro. God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean I don't wear like no socks if I've got shoes on, but I'm usually in slandals. So
slandals,
yeah,
sandals and shorts.
Are those from the Orient?
Yeah, that's fucked.
Wait, where's my? There we go.
There you go.
Oh, Todd dropping the hard C in the the last show. Fuck it.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I didn't give him
cracker, dude. That was hilarious. And he said, I can say cracker.
JG brings up Intermedio. Yeah, I remember that was Edward Furlong. I remember all of those early Asylum movies. Again, none are classics, but a lot of them are fun. Legion of the Dead, the mummy one, is really good. The girl's like naked the entire movie. Jolly Roger, Massacre at Cutter's Cove. I liked a lot of their early stuff. Yeah,
that was a good early one. Even their Stranger's Call, Mockbuster.
That was better than the one we got in theaters, as far as I'm concerned. That's not like high praise, but
I'll watch that one eventually too. After The Fog, it took me a minute. Like I was not with those Sony remakes. I didn't watch that, and
I've actually never seen the original.
Wait, When a Stranger Calls, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't seen the Prom Night remake either for same reason.
I have seen that. That's a fucking steaming pile of shit.
It's bad, but it feels like more like it was specifically made for teen girls.
100%. It was like one of those like PG-13 teen fucking horror movies that got released during that time period.
My memory is it was pretty light even for a PG-13. But
yeah.
I think, I mean, The Fog, I guess, is the king turd of that wave. But
Yeah, and then so that like turned me off from the Sony ones. I didn't even want to give them a chance.
I don't know if I told
okay,
you
hold
guys
on.
yet.
100% this Prom Night 2 and 3 over Prom Night, the
Oh,
remake,
absolutely.
Part
Yeah.
4, 100%.
Well, Prom
Mary-
Night 2
Mary
is
Lou.
head and
Yeah,
shoulders.
that's the best one.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna get to meet Lisa Schrage. I never know how to say her last name. Lisa Schrage, the lead actress in Nashville.
Threat.
Yeah, she's gonna be there, and she's gonna find me charming, pugs.
Sounded kind of
agree.
ominous.
Prom
Yeah.
Night 3 is completely underrated because it's overshadowed by 2, but I think 3 is just as good and a great continuation. So
Yeah, it's a shame it almost had the Prom Night name, and they could have just gone the direction under just Mary Lou not having that baggage.
she was in Food of the Gods, JD says.
Mhm.
2. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're in Nashville for Full Moon Horror Tattoo Festival, I will be there. I'm excited.
You planning on getting some tattoos, Dan?
Maybe it's hard. The last time that Ice Nine Kills was there, and the tattoo portion of the convention was just swamped, so I didn't really get to. I don't know. Nobody was doing cheap tattoos.
What? Well, no one does cheap tattoos really anymore. But
yeah.
But what were you looking to?
The Family Sigil, duh. American History X.
Oh, that's right, my bad. Right there.
I'm getting
Right on your
a
heart.
Hellraiser oriented tattoo. Fuck, maybe get Mary Lou. Maybe I'll have her sign it.
There you
That's how
go.
much I love that movie.
I love how Dan picks his tattoos. What could he get signed? What a fucking
What the fuck?
Cracker.
I'm getting hurt.
Cracker.
I didn't give you the cracker pass, so you better hope I don't cancel you.
Hey Dan, guess what? I got cracker in me, so I could say it too, bitch.
Well, everybody's that's fucking
Yeah. What are you gonna say that, man?
damn. All right. But yeah, no. Mitch Pileggi's there from Shocker, David Howard Thornton, and I'm forgetting the pale girl actress's name, but she's there. It's a pretty good lineup, so it should be exciting.
Did you guys see the Steamboat Willie photos? I'm so hype.
People were bitching about it, and I thought
but it's gonna be hilarious because it's a fucking puppet half of the thing, and then the close-up shots are David Howard Thornton in that fucking costume.
yeah.
Did they not release the trailer publicly yet?
No. Well, actually, no. The trailer is public, but it doesn't show him.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the older trailer,
Yeah.
and you might see his shadow. I can't even fucking remember.
I don't think you do.
You see
not.
You in the trailer. I know you see the outline and shadow of the.
Maybe just the silhouette.
Yeah, you don't get any good shots of him though. But yeah, they do. You see him moving around in the trailer.
Yeah, well, that's a good segue because we talked Asylum and we talked Screamboat, and I guess it all kind of feels connected to our first movie of the evening, which is Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, directed by Scott Chambers. And in this film, Wendy Darling strikes out in an attempt to rescue her brother Michael from the clutches of the evil Peter Pan. Along the way, she meets Tinkerbell, who will be seen taking heroin, believing it's pixie dust.
Highlight of the movie.
My pig post-it note's my favorite.
Yeah, that's great.
Safe to say, this
Not
movie
American.
Safe to say, this movie was not exactly what I thought it was going to be. It is basically a serial killer story. Kind of closer to a
Long legs or something.
Law and Order SVU kind of thing than anything else. The gore is there. It's nasty. It's very mean-spirited. I think a lot of people going into this one, if they are disappointed, it'll be because they were expecting kind of some tongue-in-cheek humor, and this does not have that at all. The lead actor,
like a Rob Zombie's Halloween, like in that vein, to me.
Really?
Yeah.
But you remember how I feel about that, Kruger.
Yeah. Martin Portlock, who plays Peter Pan, is great. There's some shots where I'm thinking like Black Phone, Ethan Hawke, then he's got his Pennywise moment, but I think his real strength is honestly when the mask is off and he's just being Peter Pan. And this movie's kind of ballsy because let's just say Peter Pan is essentially what Freddy Krueger is, but they're a little bit more open about it. So it's a little
Not enough.
They did a little more than I thought.
But well, I don't want to say a spoiler, so never mind. Something was missing.
Yep.
I don't think it's he's
Yeah,
targeting specific groups.
Oh no! What I was saying, the thing that's missing, kind of.
Oh, if they would have the balls to just flat out say that, that would have been amazing. My review would be totally different.
there is a blink and you miss it kind of thing that I think a lot of people didn't see, but it is a spoiler. But yeah, no, I mean this one is more grounded. It's I liked it. I'm curious to see everybody's reaction. The Tinkerbell character played by Kit Green, really good performance. Again, not exactly as I saw it, a little more of a sympathetic portrayal. And, once you kind of get the details of the character.
Not the normal bitchy Tinkerbell you expect. I
had a very different thing in my head for what Tinkerbell was going to be in this. What?
You said a very different thing. I just thought it was bad.
Keep your bigotry out of this, Dan. You fucking asshole.
I had a different image for what they would do with the character. Again, I'm dancing around some stuff a little bit. It's not really spoilers, but yeah, I mean, this shit was dark. I think it's gonna piss some people off, as crazy as that sounds for something called Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, but I think it will. Just because, again, mean-spirited serial killer flick. It's not a campy, fun slasher. But I liked it. Everybody was on. Martin Portlock was really fucking creepy as Peter Pan.
And there's not so subtle there's not so subtle stuff in here that's going to piss people off too.
No,
Very,
yeah. I don't know if some of that is really a spoiler. I mean, because again, the group that he's targeting, they're not portrayed in a bad way or anything. It's just I think there's going to be a lot of sensitive people who are just like, why is this psychopath doing this? And it makes total sense. But I don't know. I'm curious to see.
I think you'll have to wait for that blowback for those people because they're not going to go pay to see it till it hits something. Like VOD, then the fucking uproar and the crybabies will come out.
It was announced
6 people in the theater for me. So I know some of you had like full packed houses, but for me, I'm like, oh fuck, this is gonna die.
Well, it was only a 3-day release. That's why it says coming soon to VOD instead of now playing in theaters on our.
Yeah. See, it's interesting now the Poohniverse because. Well, the Winnie the Pooh movies are fairly mean-spirited too. Even this company, their stuff before Winnie the Pooh blew up, I mean, all of them for the most part are taken as serious horror movies. Like they don't really try for the camp. Sometimes it comes through. I mean, Winnie the Pooh 2, certainly with some of the characters in that, they're injecting some humor, but
yeah, Tigger for sure.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger. But I did learn some things. The Poohniverse Monsters Assemble, I believe they're calling it, movie. They have done some interviews and talked about what that's going to look like. And as we expected, I mean, Freddy versus Jason's kind of the blueprint. So it's going to be the bad, but not quite as bad characters taking on the really fucked up characters. So
this is our Thanos, basically, is what they've set up.
Yeah, Peter Pan is not sympathetic at all. Peter Pan is
no, they've literally said that this is that
he's the Thanos.
Yeah. I heard Peter Pan, Mary Poppins, and the Mad Hatter are going to be like the big bads.
So fucking badass. Mary Poppins. When are we getting that one?
It's gonna end up being Jimmy Savile, fucking Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
It's all just
needed more Jimmy Savile, in my opinion.
It's just Pooh and the gang like killing like these pedo villains.
I mean, I'm in.
I want Pooh to just rip off Mary Poppins' arm and just like start beating her with it.
No, dude, he's got to rip off her arm and stick it up her twat like fucking Victor Crowley did to Felissa Rose.
Damn, you always go dark, Kruger. But yeah, no, I'm kind of excited for it. I like this one a lot, just in a different way than I was expecting.
I also suspect, because we were talking about Bambi was always supposed to be the one following.
Yeah,
I think they flopped them to introduce the villain sooner.
I think so, because looking at the Bambi teaser, because this was a 3-day showing, all I had was a teaser for Bambi the Reckoning. That one doesn't look like it's going to be serious at all.
I didn't get that. Damn.
Oh no, we got it. We got that with Winnie the Pooh. I didn't.
Oh,
did you
Yeah,
get it
it's the
again?
same trailer.
No, this one was different. It was Bambi. Well, I mean, it's not a spoiler, just ripping some random person.
Okay, no, we didn't get a
Yeah,
new
we didn't get
Bambi
any.
one. We got.
Well, you know,
got
we saw it
Steamboat.
Monday. When did you
We
guys see
saw
it?
it Tuesday. No, me and
Tuesday.
you saw it Monday. Dan saw it
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah, that's
And he
it.
saw it at a Regal, not a AMC.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
So did you get the Steamboat trailer?
Yeah.
No, I didn't get any trailer.
Didn't I get? You know what? I don't know. I was on my phone. I don't watch trailers.
Oh well, Steamboat was the one right before the movie.
Oh, okay.
At least for us.
I don't remember.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I didn't get that. But again, I don't normally go to Regals, so but yeah, I mean, this is still relatively low budget, but I thought they had some good practical gore, a disturbing story. I mean, I can say there were a couple bits that because one couple, that was all that was in the theater, so I heard every reaction, and they had a couple like ooh kind of like reactions to some of the uglier stuff. And
well, if they use Freddy versus Jason as a template, so they brought a little bit of the Kelly Rowlands into this one. It's okay.
yeah, I think this one's going to be a lot less popular because of the unpleasant sexual stuff.
But see, here's the thing: like that's
I get it.
You're making the fucking villain, so you know.
Exactly.
Okay, but I feel like Pugs didn't like this, so I want to hear what his thoughts are.
It's not that I didn't like it. I just thought it was okay. I'm not impressed with it. Like, it is. Is it mean? Sure, but I wanted, and I don't want to judge a movie on this, but like I expected something else. So like my palate, what I was salivating for, I didn't really get. What I got was cool, but like I had to leave my house for this. I could have waited for VOD.
Oh,
I was not. Yeah, I this one it didn't do it because like I did say it does remind me of a lot of Rob Zombie's Halloween, and I fucking hate that movie. So like for me, that didn't do jack shit for me. I fucking love Tinkerbell. I think Peter Pan was intimidating. Like he's creepy, so that's cool.
Yeah.
I loved Wendy Darling. I thought she was cool. Michael was all right. Just as a whole, it didn't for me. It didn't gel like it should. I didn't feel enough Peter Pan, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's just okay. I'm not gonna say don't check it out. By all means, it's violent enough to where I will recommend it to people that I know like violence. Kruger, you should watch this.
Yeah,
For sure.
But like for me, it was just okay. I had more fun. I enjoyed the Pooh movies more than this one. I don't know.
they're very different.
Yeah, maybe the next one that Peter Pan's in, I'll like more because I do find him creepy. It didn't do that much for me.
I don't see any scenario where the Monsters Assemble movie is not going to have to be a little tongue-in-cheek, because we just want these things fighting each other at the end of the day. I mean, that's yeah. So we also have Pinocchio Unstrung, which I believe is already shot. So
yeah, I thought that. Well, anyway, yeah. For also like for a movie that revolves around hurting children, not enough of that for me.
Well, now let me ask you a question, Pugs. Would you have liked it better if you didn't have to leave the house, got to watch it at home, and not have to deal with all the smoke bullshit? Okay,
100%.
So, see,
what yeah, I guess you saw it like pretty close. Can you smell that like in a theater? Or
I can not in the theater, but dude, I step outside my house, I smell that shit.
yeah. I would imagine so. Yeah. Ugh. But no, I mean, overall, I had a good time. I'm glad I went to the theater. And And I don't know. I appreciated making this one a little more serious and ugly. So bring on Bambi the Reckoning.
They tiptoe around certain things and like just let it out. Like that always annoys me.
I really liked what they did with the Tinkerbell character. Again, not what I thought, but
that is perfect. I have zero complaints in that department.
Yeah.
That area fucking rocked.
Now,
and the parent.
You like a lot of the setup, but you don't like really the execution or the delivery, it sounds like.
Yeah. Like I see potential there of where it could have gone, but that's still not fair to judge a movie on what I wanted it to be than what was presented. But
I thought it was pretty well paced too. I mean, some of the fight scenes, particularly in Neverland, there was a lot of like really uncomfortable gore, like with dirty needles being utilized, and there's one kind of spoiler surprise, although I know they did put a press release out, so it's not really a spoiler, but there's somebody else that pops up that's also interesting how that
they made a big deal out of that, but that's fine. We'll keep it quiet.
Yeah. It's still not credited in the credits either. Or like
that's the only reason I didn't bring it up. So I'm not sure if that's a spoiler or not, but we'll go with it is, and we won't talk about it. But
did you guys like the T-shirt little homeboy was wearing?
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's right. It's the movie's in universe.
It's from the first one, yeah.
I was like, all right, because there's a part you see the little black kid wearing the Blood and Honey shirt.
Yeah, because the first movie didn't happen. It was just the movie. So I thought that was clever. At first, I was like, oh, wait, no, that's okay. I thought it was a little lame at first, but then I'm like, oh, no, it makes perfect sense. That's a popular movie in this.
I saw it, then it clicked. It took 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess we're going to probably get a couple more of these at least this year, because I'm think
still in. Like, I fucking like the fact that these exist. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, you keep saying though, like Halloween. I can't really say this is like Halloween for me.
Rob Zombie's Halloween.
I see what he's saying.
The third act of both, dude. It's the same fucking thing.
I would love if Sherry Moon played Tinkerbell though. Like that's what I had in my head. Like Tinkerbell.
The third act of the theatrical. Yeah, I've never liked that act. I like the unreleased version, I guess.
Well, that has that is the linchpin that makes the whole movie way better. the assault scene, love that shit. Nice button.
It's been a minute. I can't even remember all of. Yeah, I have to revisit those at some point. But yeah, well, we can go ahead and rate this one. Pugs, what say you?
I'm gonna give it a generous 3 out of 5. Like it's really a 2.5 for me because like they didn't do anything really wrong. It's just it didn't tickle me. So, but I'll generous 3 because go out there and see this.
It tickled me. I'm a 3.5.
I'm a 3.5 too. I had fun with it. I definitely will check it out again when it hits VOD or Peacock. They've all the other ones they keep hitting Peacock, don't they?
Didn't both? I don't even remember where the others are streaming. So yeah, I'm not sure.
It is Peacock.
Peacock, okay. Yeah. All right. Hopefully, you guys won't have to wait too long.
Oh, yeah. Well, we didn't say at the top of the show, Terrifier 3 hits Screenbox on Valentine's Day.
Yep.
Ooh. Sweet. Brian, there are no Tinkerbell boobs, unfortunately. Not the Tinkerbell you're expecting. But yeah. Well, you get some nudity in this, just not probably who you want.
Dan wanted to see the fairy.
That was
Dan wanted to see the fairy naked, but it did not happen.
Didn't happen. All right. So moving on to our next film of the evening, which is Invoking Yell, which is currently streaming on Shudder, and it is from director Patrizio Valladares. And in Invoking Yell, one moment, a trio of metalhead 20-something girls venture into the woods to shoot the demo tape for their black metal band Invoking Yell, as things quickly take a brutal and sinister turn. So
Yeah, this was one of my picks. Obviously, I didn't watch it beforehand, or I wouldn't have put this on the show. This movie's not very good. But I was really like into the concept. I'm a big black metal fan, so but unfortunately, this movie is just kind of a bunch of bullshit for a good hour, and then things do pick up. But
in the last like 3 minutes, I suppose.
Yeah, but it's not like anything to write home about, nor did it make the journey worth it. I didn't like absolutely hate the movie, but I didn't like it either. I couldn't recommend it. If you're looking for something around like kind of in the same vein, I would go watch Welcome to Hell on Screenbox. Way fucking more entertaining and a lot more going on. Also, dude, just watch fucking Lords of Chaos. Like seriously, you'll get what you're coming for through this.
Very good movie, and I'm not as knowledgeable about all this as you guys are, but very good movie.
Yeah, so if you Lords of Chaos is going to give what you came for in this movie, so I would suggest watching that if you want some black metal death in your life. But for me, this was a big dud.
Sign. I fucking hated this stupid movie. I hated these cunts. They're snobby fucking people. I know these people were like, oh, I only listen to this certain type of fucking black metal. Grow out of that shit. You're annoying. Go to the woods. Don't come back. Fuck these people.
Yeah, they like even though they tried to save it, I guess in the last couple of minutes, they could have fucking went ass to ass to ass with a triple dong Requiem from a Dream style, and this movie still would have fucking fucking asshole.
God, in fairness,
God, see,
I did like these girls, and that would have sold me. But
there was only one worth seeing.
Shocker, Quagmire.
Her butt was nice. Everyone else was too skinny. Or fuck these bitches.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, I'm sure they're going to appreciate this review.
So this isn't making everyone's top 10 list this year?
Well, it might be brought up, but it won't be positive.
Okay, well, this is true.
Well, yeah, I haven't spoken yet.
Okay, Dan, well, go ahead.
So I'm going to first say found footage movie, Chilean found footage movie.
God damn it, Ozzy, I blame him.
This is no trauma,
right?
You've done better.
You have to ask Ozzy if he ever had a goth phase. I feel like he did. I get that vibe. I don't know, but I feel like he did.
Yeah,
but so I actually have a friend who is from Chile and is into black metal, so I'm not totally unknowledgeable, but I thought the music sounded like shit. I mean, the movie takes place in 97 and they're shooting this out in the woods on shitty equipment. It would probably sound awful anyways, but this is like there's nothing more difficult to sit through than a bad found footage film, and this is a bad found footage film.
I fell asleep 3 times.
I didn't fall asleep, but yeah.
If you are fucking tired, this is a rough one. Because the movie's like 80 minutes and not jack shit happens for over an hour. So it's like the girls were at least likable enough. Well, likable is not really the word. But
you're fucking
that means Dan wanted to put his penis in some of them. That's all that means.
This is true.
Well, say that, Dan. Don't say they were likable. Just because you want to put a penis in a girl doesn't mean she's likable. Because as a matter of fact, you probably want to put your penis in
I would very like to put my penis in them.
Okay. Doesn't make them likable.
So anyways, what a horrible, horrible review. I apologize.
Yeah.
But
hey, what a horrible
you
movie.
Can
It's their
sponsor
fault,
Shudder. We're here.
Send us some screeners, pal. But
you get for cutting us up.
It's not as painfully bad as like Devin. Like last year we had the mother of all shitty found footage movies. But it is dog shit.
Dude, we had Devin and we had that Underground movie that was fucking the worst.
Was that this year?
That'll be brought up. And Acres of movie, I'm well aware of what I'm working with, which is why I'm confident to say fuck those bitches.
Now, I will say again, low budget movie. They shot this over a weekend, but there's still I can't excuse it. it's bad. It doesn't even show up like when you go on Shudder under exclusive and original. So I'm not sure how long this has been on Shudder, but I think it was just one. They were like, yeah, let's not
Take it
highlight it. Yeah, that's all I got to say. What do you rate it?
Well, I'm no Kruger's coming out with high. What do you got?
I was tossed up between a 2 and a 1.5. This deserves its 1.5.
Pugs?
0.
Damn.
I'm a half star. It's not quite a 0, but it is bad.
I'm on the same page as Pugs and give it a big fat hole too.
There you go.
That's
there
0
you
if
go.
you didn't get it.
There you go.
All right.
One.
Matt Arnett goes, does Frogman impregnate them? That would have made this movie way fucking cooler.
Then we would have got an ass to ass scene. I would have said, okay, Dan.
I can't wait for that Frogman sequel. That movie was the shit.
Dan, you still waiting for the Frogman Blu-ray?
Finally finished. Can you imagine these girls doing the ass to ass scene? It's just all frogmen surrounding them. Now that would be
sounds like Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Hell yeah.
Where's
Piper?
I don't remember Nicholas Worth asking them to like go ass to ass in that. But maybe it happened. Maybe it's a deleted scene somewhere. All right. So moving on from that nonsense to our next movie of the evening, which is Last Straw, which is now available on VOD from director Alan Scott Neal. And in this film, a small town killing spree lands on the doorstep of a rural diner where a young waitress must fight for her life over the course of one long night. So whoever wants to go, what did you think?
Go ahead, Dan.
Oh, okay. Well, that might give away what you think. I don't know.
No,
maybe.
it doesn't.
Oh, okay. So this is a one location movie. It's very twisty, which I kind of liked. It's got one issue.
It's a two-location movie, though, Dan. They don't stay. They do
mostly one location,
okay.
But yeah, 80% one location. The character Nancy, played by Jessica Belkin, she's really good. Like, she comes off as a real person. So this is no issues with the performance itself. But, when she's in danger, I don't mind seeing her go. She is kind of bitchy. That was like my issue. I was like,
that's the incel in you, though.
I'm not really rooting. Fuck you, Todd. I'm not really rooting for her. You call me a cracker, call me an incel.
PD was my guy.
I know. Well, we tolerate Dan, so it makes sense.
But the movie is actually quite good. Like it's surprisingly better than I expected. Again, I won't give away any of the twists and everything. Jeremy Sisto plays her dad, also making me feel old at this point.
Clueless.
Yeah, it's like fuck. Like you got
that was 30 years ago, guys. 30 years ago this year. You old fucks. Welcome to the club.
AARP, what's up?
I remember I saw a motherfucking 10 years ago when they put fucking Luke Perry on the goddamn cover. That was some shit.
Everybody's old. But yeah, like that's my only issue. It's still suspenseful, but it's just that little less so when I'm kind of like rooting for them to kill her. That's an issue. But it does take a turn. It's a very interesting movie. Again, I'm dancing around spoilers on this one too. But really well made. And she is somewhat sympathetic. Like she's in a difficult situation, trapped in this really small town. It's just, it's one of those ones, like she kind of created the situation. Yeah. By being a dick. Yeah. Yeah. She was a dick. I mean, that
was a bit of my issue too. Like, this bitch needs to get corrected, but you don't need to go this hard. like that. Yeah. That's a little mean. But but performance wise, I did think she's outstanding. I can't wait to see what other like horror movies she gets involved in. Love Petey. I want a spin-off. I want to know how he got there.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say there's some stuff involving him that's really effective.
Yeah, there are some really intense scenes, and they're shot very well. So like I can't fault it on that. It's just like I wish I liked the girl more. Unfortunately,
it's made some best of lists, and I can see why.
Yeah,
I can definitely see why. But
I like the masks too that were brought involved. I thought that was cool. Like the bad guys, their look was pretty cool. So
yeah, and I think this is a movie about patience and overreaction. Like really, at the end of the day, at the end of this movie, I'm like, it feels like all of this could have been avoided with just like a little
unhinged. What did we say? A simple apology would have fucking knocked this whole shit off.
Yeah, just a chill pill. Like just wait till morning, sleep on it, and wait till morning, and I think this whole situation would have been worked out. But it's still a very fun ride. I had a lot of fun with it, and I do recommend it. But yeah, it could be a me thing again. Could be a me thing.
No, it is, but it's all just how you handle your bitches, Dan. Like if they're if they act up a little, you just got to check them. I like a little bitchy in a woman, so it didn't bother me at all.
There you go.
But you weren't a character in the movie, Todd. These other motherfuckers.
Well, yeah, because I would have checked them out. I was like, no, you don't. But I do got to throw this
the fuck out of me. You seen those Diddy tapes? Go to the elevator.
All right, I do want to throw it out there. This has the late great trauma legend Doug Sackman. He pops up as the line cook. He's in the background.
Yeah.
So I wanted to, shout out R.I.P. Sergeant Kabuki Man. Not in the movies, but in all the trauma videos and stuff. Kabuki Man's Corner. But a familiar face if you know trauma. So R.I.P.
R.I.P. Indeed. Yeah, very nice guy too. Saw him at a bunch of conventions. Always friendly and cool to talk to. But yeah, no. Let us know what you think about this one, because again, my rating's going to reflect. I did like it a lot, but it would have been a much higher one if it wasn't for just not liking the character. I'm 3.5, so definitely watch it. Definitely give this one a watch. It's a good night at the movies. What about you guys?
Pugs?
I am a 4 out of 5. I didn't realize I liked it more than you. It's good.
I'm a 4.5. I really did enjoy this one.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. Once again,
you should check it out.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Once again, guys, just to remind you, we will be live on Patreon after our show tonight for African American Psycho and
live and uncensored.
Yeah,
right.
Patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. It all starts just $1. And don't forget, the last tournament on the left will be continuing next week, right?
Yes. This is this. Everyone's been demanding African American Psycho, so we are
pivoting.
Yes.
So
next week we will return with. Next week it'll return. We'll just go there.
All right. So up next we have Die Alone from writer-director Lowell Dean. And in this film tells the story of a young man who has amnesia. He bands together with a rugged survivalist in a zombie-like outbreak to find his lost girlfriend. Who actually, I believe that's off because I think they say they're married. But anyways, this is one that a lot of people are going to overlook because it looks like a generic zombie film. It is not. I fucking love this movie. From beginning to end, this is so much more than just a zombie movie. Carrie Ann Moss, if you are a fan of hers, she kicks fucking ass in this. She is a badass. She's very sympathetic. One of the best performances in a horror film that you'll see this year. As far as the zombies go, this is very much The Last of Us territory. It's sort of a plant-based thing, so they're unique. They're not just your typical shamblers. Now, this is not a zombie apocalypse flick. I mean, it is, but you're not getting hordes of zombies getting mowed down, which honestly is what I thought I was getting into here with the cover, I'm like, oh, Frank Grillo. Okay, we're gonna see.
Dude,
Frank.
that's the same mindset I had.
Exactly.
I was like,
I
what happened to Carrie Ann Moss? What's she doing? And as we're watching it, I'm like, oh.
I thought this one was going to be like Frank Grillo mowing down zombies with machine guns. It is not, but let me tell you,
by the way,
no, like this one got me in the feels. Like this is actually really well made, and we'll dance around spoilers on this one too, because please be careful. Please be careful with this one because it will ruin a lot for you. But I was not expecting this one to be great. This is one of the better horror films made this year. Speaking of which, Todd, not to call you out on it, but you don't have hold on. Sorry, something's going on with the camera. 1 second. Hot tag, guys, real quick.
You're fine. But go ahead, Pugs.
Something was getting.
You good now? You want to go?
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry. I don't know what was going on there. Anyways, so yes, the chemistry between Carrie Ann Moss and our lead Douglas Smith, who plays Ethan, excellent. I felt really bad for this guy. It's kind of like it's funny because it's very similar to Memento, another Carrie Ann Moss flick, where we're slowly like unraveling.
50 First Dates.
50 First Dates with zombies. Yeah, that's a good comparison. But yeah, no. It's interesting how this one goes. I mean, you might be able to guess certain things, but the way the story unfolds is just so good. I wasn't expecting a script like this. The director of 13 Eerie, by the way, which is one I like a lot, a more B zombie movie, but still fun. He's also director of the Wolf Cop films, which I think you probably like more, and the upcoming Dark Match, the wrestling horror
we're covering that in a couple weeks when it gets.
Yeah. This one reminded me of just how great Carrie Ann Moss is. We get a particular zombie named Myrtle, which gives Bub a run for his money. I thought it was very cool. No real backstory. I'd love to know the backstory on Myrtle, but and the zombie stuff that we do get is very strong because these are just nasty looking things with trees growing out of them. Like I said, Last of Us kind of territory, and the way they play with the zombie lore, I think, is really interesting. What did you guys think? Because holy shit, was this one a hit home run for me?
Go ahead, Pugs.
Okay. Well, for me, Carrie Ann Moss stole the fucking show, which I shouldn't be surprised because when she wants to show up, she does. I didn't really care for the lead guy.
Oh, really?
What's his real name? He was fine, but like
Douglas Smith.
Yeah. He played Jimmy Olsen in the Superman Lois. That's where I knew him from.
Yeah, he's in Horizon, I think, too. That Western.
Oh, the Western movie or show, whatever it is. I haven't seen that yet. But yeah, I like the world they built, and that what happens. You know what? I'm not even going to touch that. Watch the movie, find out. It's definitely worth the journey to see if you like what they do. But yeah, just Carrie Ann Moss. She just hit a home run. Like the movie is good. She's better. So there you go.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Todd. Go for it.
Is it my turn?
Yeah,
I fucking hated this movie. I was
You did?
Yes, couldn't. I was like, oh my god, this is fucking stupid.
Oh, shit.
Hated it.
You hate being asked questions over and over. So the
you
reminding thing is that the issue?
Part of it was dry.
Okay.
I couldn't. And then like I wanted the goddamn Frank Grillo movie, smoking fucking zombies like he did werewolves. They got fucking whiny ass Carrie Ann Moss and this little fucking curly haired bitch. Fuck this movie. Fuck it in its ass. I did not like it.
Oh, you're not fucking around.
No, I'm not.
Jesus.
I was like, oh my god, this is not going to stop. Then we get to the twist. I was like, okay. It was just fucking all stupid. It was pedantic. I did not like it at all. Not making my top 10 spoiler.
Wow. I am shocked, Todd.
I'm not that shocked.
Well, I guess maybe wasn't gonna like it as much as me, but I thought this one was actually special. This is the reason why sometimes
what kind of special?
Don't prejudge a movie by its cover. Do not prejudge a movie.
No, they actually probably fucked them on me because I was expecting that motherfucker smoking zombies the whole goddamn time. Not what I got.
I agree. It is somewhat mismarketed, but we do get some cool zombie stuff. This is not
there
without
was some cool
gore.
visuals, but I just didn't give a fuck about the story. I agree with Pugs. The little fucking shit. I did not like him at all.
Yeah.
It was
this
just like
another cracker thing, Todd? Are you just mad because he's a cracker?
Is he even white or Caucasian? I don't really. Okay.
I obviously tolerate.
His name is Douglas Smith. His name is Douglas Smith.
Okay,
that's a pretty white name.
You can marry or be adopted. Like it's not a fucking out of the question.
God damn it!
It looks Middle Eastern. That's what I'm saying.
Wasn't right, Washington is what he's saying.
We've been too kumbaya lately. I'm actually glad you did not like this time.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm not. That means he wasted his fucking time.
Which was funny because Dan's messaging me. Oh, did you watch? I want to make sure you watched it. I was like, I watched it.
That's probably added to the fucking fire. Poor choice of words.
No, not at all.
All right. Well, as far as I am concerned, this was amazing. Even if you have the zombie burnout, which I think is kind of worn off now. Like I think with the new 28 Years Later coming out, I'm back in zombie mode. I'm ready for more zombie movies to start coming at me, and would not be surprised if this ends up being better than 28 Years Later for me. Because goddamn. Any closing thoughts?
Watch something else.
No, I totally
watch werewolves. If you see this cover and say, I can't wait to watch Frank Grillo fuck up some zombies, then just watch some fucking.
You know what? I loved werewolves, and you know what? I like this more. 5 stars. 5 fucking stars.
Okay, like that hurt me somehow. Go ahead, Bugs.
I am a 4 out of 5. I do think it's worth checking out just to experience it, see if you like it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to be like Dan and just give everything a 0 like if it had a Blumhouse name. I'm going to give it a 1 because it did have some cool visuals. Yeah, okay. I rate off my enjoyment. It's lucky it didn't get a 0, motherfucker.
Damn. All right, fine, Todd. Damn. It's like that is. I'm still reeling from all of this. Douglas Smith, and anyways. All right. So
fuck him.
I tried to mortally wound him. I put some venom behind that 5 stars. All right. So up next, one that I was very, very excited about when I heard it. Well, actually, I think I just heard about it fairly recently, and that is George A. Romero's Resident Evil, which is a doc. From director Brandon Salisbury, and in this film, a documentary that what
makes a great.
Sorry, I got to get my dad joke in. I apologize, everyone.
I didn't hear it.
Good. I said the steak. Steak. It was a horrible joke, and god damn it, too much time.
I liked it.
At least you're not dropping slurs, Ted. And
well, don't forget. Immediately following this show, you can watch African American Psycho,
where it gets a whole lot worse. So, a documentary that brings to light the vision that director George A. Romero had for an adaptation of Resident Evil, using newly filmed interviews with those who were there and unravel the secrets behind why it was never produced. So, going back to that time, I remember when they announced that George Romero was involved, and I just was like, oh my fucking God, this is going to be the greatest thing ever. Like, I mean, George Romero doing Resident Evil, which this is a time where I was still playing video games. So I was invested and very excited. And I can't remember when, it probably wasn't long after he was announced for it in 1998, I believe, that I did get to read that script because it leaked online. And, well, we'll kind of get into it a little bit, but Todd, I know you're old enough. Do you remember when this was announced?
Yeah, I remember him getting announced for it. I remember the Japanese commercial. I remember, I remember everything. most of the timeline I do remember. Like there were some things I didn't know, obviously, but yeah, I do remember the whole timeline. And,
You're gonna need to try to find that 20-minute version of the Japanese.
I don't think it was ever anything that other than he showed his friends. So unless like the Romero Museum or even that, they'd have to get clearance from Capcom. So I don't know. It'd be nice, but yeah, I trust me. I re-looked again once this document because I was like, oh yeah, I got to see if I can find that.
Yeah. I mean, dude, the script fucking alone sounded awesome. The only problem I had with George's script was Chris Redfield's character. I didn't like that he wasn't a part of Stars, but other than that, like they didn't talk about all the stuff in detail, but some of the stuff he had in the script gore wise was going to be absolutely phenomenal. Like this wasn't going to be a low budget movie at all.
No, but you were never going to get half of what he wrote on screen.
No,
big issue.
No, for sure, especially not in the 90s. But like that time period, it would have been a hard sell, I think. Yeah. Rather than if it was, in the 80s or whatever. But unfortunately, like the Resident Evil movies really like aren't that good. I've been rewatching them, and like I had nostalgia goggles on for fucking the first one because I remember watching it when I was a kid. But like in comparison to what George was gonna do, I mean, it is night and day different, and I think it's a travesty that like that movie never came to light. It also kind of sucks like how George got fucked over really by like Capcom, and like the fact that they were kind of using his name to try to sell the movie even though they had no intentions of fucking him being on the production. I thought was kind of shitty that they were fucking doing that.
Yeah, I mean they used him kind of as a placeholder, and he kind of lingered out there that he was directing it for a while. I remember all of this, because that's a time where I lived and died on news of what Romero's next movie was going to be, or whether we were going to get another Evil Dead. I was very invested in that stuff.
And we were still in that. We were still in the era of those were really in the realm of possibilities. Unlike, it's like to get continuations of those classics at the time in this era was still possible versus now.
Yeah,
it's a whole different animal.
Yeah, it's very different. Now this doc, one thing, it's not a criticism because I love George. I mean, George is a god as far as I'm concerned. It does spend a lot of time recapping how important Romero is to the horror genre.
You have to remember No, I was going to say, but I mean, this is also like for video game people who don't know the history.
Oh yeah, no, and
it's all necessary.
I'm getting there. I mean, I don't mind talking about Latent Image and his, Night of the Living Dead. That doesn't bother me. But they do spend a lot of time on it. You could argue that the actual info on the Resident Evil movie that he might have made, there's not maybe as much time on that as you would like, but there's a lot of history of the video games.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it does it on both sides. You have Romero's history, you have the video game history, then you have the Romero movie history. It is broken up. I mean, so for me, all the video game stuff was the stuff you were like all the video game stuff for me was all the information that I needed. Now, for the video game person watching it who doesn't know all the history, all that Romero stuff is going to be just as important.
It's not a bad thing. It just wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I almost would have expanded it a little bit more, like dive into the actual movies that were made and just make this like a big Resident Evil sort of doc.
They might not have permission for that, dude.
Yeah.
Well, you can still make a doc. They can't stop you from doing that.
Yeah, but that's
from releasing it.
That's a totally different documentary, though.
Yeah, I suppose so.
100%. That's a Resident Evil, like the movies that were made. This was about the unreleased movie, so it wouldn't make sense to.
No, it was cool seeing like some of the video game history and just watching it again. Because again, I want to say the last video game I ever played pretty much was the or whatever the Resident Evil Apocalypse one was, which was maybe the same name. I don't remember.
No.
Yeah,
Resident Evil. Wait, what do you mean? That was the last game you played?
I played whichever one had the Nemesis.
Okay, so that was 3.
program.
That's 3.
Maybe. Oh, okay. Well, my bad. 3 then.
JG
Yeah.
Michael, the movie had to hammer home that the game couldn't exist without the Romero films.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't mind it. I just felt like we could have had a little more meat on.
See, that's where I disagree. You had to have that for the people who are
I don't think he's trying to take that away, Todd. I think he just
I'm
wanted
not.
more of the actual developing of
Yeah.
the movie. Because I'm in Dan's camp because like we have movies
Yeah.
like Jodorowsky's Dune and The Death of
Right.
Superman Lives, which
Yeah, it
probably were
doesn't-
further along in production. So like
Yeah.
they could. But for me, like that this doc is a little disappointing in that area, but I'm
Yeah.
always
But
gonna
I mean-
fucking love to devour
It's-
information by George
Yeah.
Romero, whether I know it already or not.
It collects a few quotes from Romero over the years about why it didn't happen. They could have dived more into that. Like I really wanted more, but I think the issue is it just didn't get far enough along. You've got the script and that's
Yeah,
it.
that's the thing, and that's the thing. Like, there's no more to do. Like the docs you mentioned or Pugs
Yeah.
mentioned, they went beyond a first draft of a strip. And yes,
Yeah.
there were 3 drafts, but they were all really the first drafts with a minor change and some spelling
Yeah, yeah.
correction. So I believe even that 3rd draft is listed first final draft or something. if I
Yeah, it's
remember.
too bad like they didn't maybe have a
something
couple
first
more
draft.
people that could have elaborated, like that knew a little bit. But I mean, again, I think not getting it made and they kind of go over some of the regrets. It's a shame to hear that Romero maybe didn't fully realize what his impact was at the end.
That is always a fucking bummer. Like same thing
Yeah.
with Christopher Lee. Like you guys really don't know how special
Yeah.
you are. Like this is fucked up.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, I guess I can see it. Like there were a lot of disappointments towards the end of his career, and
Being an artist is hard, dude. Like
it is.
it's very, very, very fucking hard because
Yeah.
especially when you're a perfectionist. Like, I mean, I will never do anything to George Romero's stature, but like just being a pro wrestler, like I'm never happy with my matches. It's fucking difficult as fuck.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I was even an apologist for Bruiser for a while.
Well,
Although
I love Bruiser. Why?
it's not good.
His community's not allowing it.
Oh,
There's
okay,
an
sorry.
idea there.
I
That
I haven't rewatched it, but in a couple years. But I've always loved Bruiser.
I wanted to. We did we not? Maybe I did it somewhere else, but I watched
don't
it
know,
again
you're a
and I
whore.
was like, this is not good. But certainly Diary of the Dead was not good. He didn't close it out, I think, the way he would like to. But
I
yeah,
actually never.
zombies-
I actually never watched the later Romero zombie
I didn't.
movies.
They aren't perfect. Here's the thing.
Survival's better.
I think now rewatching him now that the times, his movies always take about 20 years to click with people. Now you can look back at the things he was putting in there that are a little bit more. They work better. I think they do as time goes on. Like Land of the Dead, I've always enjoyed, but it gets better the longer it goes, and I think that
like
goes
Land
for
of
all
the
of them.
Yeah.
Like it takes the time on Romero films for them really to click, and I feel like those are starting to.
Land of the Dead was just a little more, on the nose. I mean, it wasn't anything like it wasn't going to be that movie for that generation like the first 3 were for everyone in the 60s, 70s, 80s.
Do you know who I was surprised that didn't pop up in this?
Who?
Fucking Uncle Creepy. Him
Oh,
and George
yeah.
were close.
Yeah, that's a good point actually, and I know he would have. That's
Yeah.
a
Maybe
good
they
point.
didn't
I
reach
didn't even
out.
think of
Who
it.
knows? Eh.
It's possible. Like, or maybe it was just kind of painful to talk about it. Like, whenever I got to meet him, he was like the most like you would not think that this guy was famous. Like, he was one of the most like down to earth people. Like I mentioned Gunnar Hansen a lot, just shooting the shit and seemed genuinely moved by his fans. So it was sad at the end. I was just like, how do you not? You created an entire, not created. I mean, zombies existed, but you created the
You
You
modern.
defined
zombie.
it, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Night of the Living fucking Dead. Dawn of the
Exactly.
Dead. Day of the Dead. Bro, you are the fucking man.
Oh yeah, Martin. I mean, I'm throwing a lot else out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think he's an absolute legend. But no, I mean, this is still a fun doc to watch. I just wish portions of it were a little more meaty. I think it could have been a little.
Yeah,
more
I mean, I'm not saying it was perfect. I get like the format they chose and why they did it, and they got to the point. There's no more information. You know, the man's not around to talk about it.
I probably wouldn't want to see it because I think it might fall more as just being a good but unremarkable zombie film like Land of the Dead. But I would be curious what a George Romero zombie film would look like now.
There's got to be AI technology now where we can just put that into the type it in, right?
Aren't they still doing his last script?
Well, I don't know that anything's firm. I mean,
I remember that was the last talk. Yeah,
he's
mentioned the dark. JG says mention the dark half. That is a great one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I like most of George's movies.
Night Riders, I'm a huge fan of.
Hell yeah.
I'm probably alone in this, but I love Monkey Shines.
Oh, Monkey Shines is awesome too.
I like Monkey Shines. I don't know if I'd say awesome, but I do like Monkey Shines.
I watched that movie as a kid and it freaked me the fuck out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bad. Like I fucking couldn't go to the zoo.
That's funny.
Man. Yeah. I'm a big Martin guy. I love Martin.
Great.
I've never seen Martin actually.
Ooh.
I think you'd enjoy it.
There's a lot of George movies that I'm actually like missing.
Well, I envy you. Yeah, I envy you. You get to dive into it.
Crazy.
But I don't.
I mean, I've seen that, of course.
That's a great
Great. Yeah. I don't think that the actual movie we would have gotten from him would have necessarily have been as awesome as you think, because I'm picturing zombie sharks and snakes in 1998 on a budget that was going to be much lower than his script. Like, I don't know. It may not have been as great as you think. It's entirely possible the Resident Evil we got might have been a better movie than what he tried to do. But
Gross.
Yeah, that first one is not good.
Resin.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like anything George would have did could have topped the first one.
I'm
Resident Evil
you guys
Apocalypse
are
is
negative
good.
on that. I thought you
Resident,
guys.
I like
I
Apocalypse.
Yeah,
I like Apocalypse with Nemesis in it.
I started liking.
Is that the third one?
That's the
Second.
second one.
Second one?
I like the
The
first.
third
three,
one
but
sucks.
Yeah, and then they started putting them in 3D, so I get my 3D filter on, and I enjoy them for what they are.
Yeah,
So
I haven't
The
seen all
last
of them because the first one pissed me off. Like all the three I have seen, I'm like, I'm not impressed. I'm done with this. Also, I'm not really big on the games either. Like, they're cool, but
Oh,
It's
Oh
not
man,
for
dude,
me.
the fucking the like remakes of the games are fucking like
I
some
might
of the
have-
best. They're some of
might-
the best video games I've ever played in my life.
I might have
Yeah.
to try those because I never
Yeah,
beat
there's-
the first one.
Well, because they have the 2000 like the GameCube remake of the first one, but then recently they fucking remade 2 and 3 and 4, and
So there's no the most recent remake of the first one is the GameCube one.
yeah, so so they haven't made. I think they're waiting till for the 30th anniversary
That makes sense.
to remake the first one. But yeah, Resident Slasher Home Video. I played the remake of Resident Evil 4 recently on the channel, and holy fucking shit, one of the best games ever, like legit.
JG says I liked Welcome to Raccoon City, which is
I thought that was
For
a
what it
step
was.
in the right direction.
I did too. It was
Hey,
better than
that
that
the show
shitty
or the
TV.
movie?
No, the show
The
was the
movie.
garbage one.
Yeah, that was the.
I
that was
didn't
the
mind
movie.
the movie. That
with
was
the
okay.
kids. Yeah, I almost forgot the show existed. I'm like, fuck, and I
Never
just
watched
watched
it.
this in the last
Yeah,
few
that-
years.
no. I
It
did
was-
like the Raccoon City one.
I got about one episode into the show, and I was
That
like,
was
"Fuck
good
this."
enough.
Some good effects here and there, but yeah, no, the show was ass. But I did like Raccoon City. It's not perfect, but I was like, okay, you're getting back to the horror roots.
Well, the thing with Welcome to Raccoon City is like they had some really good shots straight from the video game, which was cool. Like they talk about it in the doc, but like the infamous zombie's head that's turning, they did that scene brilliantly in Welcome to Raccoon City.
JG, question for you: is it a sequel to Welcome to Raccoon City, or I thought they were just trying to make another Resident Evil that wasn't connected.
Yeah,
you might be more up to date than I am.
Yeah, if they are making a sequel to Welcome to Raccoon City, I would be down with it.
It has the right tone, feel, and look. I'm fine with that. I mean,
I just don't like the Jill.
Well, they can recast.
Yeah,
I thought she did an okay job.
She doesn't.
I don't remember her that well.
She doesn't look enough like Jill Valentine.
She doesn't look like her. She was actually the same actress that was in that Colomini troll movie. Or they call them trolls or elves or whatever it was.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. But
now is this George Romero doc? Is it getting put on anywhere? I was assuming like Screambox would get it or something.
Yeah, right now it's just the VOD. I'm not sure who's going to pick it up or what. I don't know if they're still trying to figure that out or if anyone picked it up, but they haven't said anything. So yeah, I don't know. Right now, just VOD. I think it's worth checking out, especially if you're a fan of George or the games or both.
Yeah.
Oh, but I guess let's rate it. And we can keep talking Resident Evil, but let's rate the doc.
Sure.
All right.
I am a 3.5. I really enjoyed it. Just wanted a little bit more on the latter, the movie.
All right.
I'm a 3.5 as well.
Bugs?
3.5 out of 5.
3.5. One kind of half hole. I don't know. We're calling that shit.
One lopsided hole.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you with the 5 knockout blow, Todd. That's gonna be my finish. I'm just gonna fight, dude.
But you overrating a movie doesn't hurt me in any way, Dan. I just laugh at it.
I'm just putting the energy out there. It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna KO you later. It's on delay. It's like Kill Bill, where she hits him.
Okay, you're right, Dan.
You're gonna take 3 steps and you're gonna crash through a table, Ted.
Okay. Goddamn cracker strength.
Yeah.
If I get canceled for saying cracker, that's gonna be some shit.
Actually, I don't really consider cracker a fucking racial slur. That means they cracked the whip. It's not like a saltine. You learn your history. It's what it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Crack the whip, Dan.
Okay. I did not know this till recently. Do you know? Oh, you can't call it the Master Suite anymore.
I did hear about that.
I don't even.
I can't remember what the new one is now, and I was going to say the other one, but yeah, you can't call it the Master Suite, and it's got a new name because Master.
I don't remember the name, but that makes me double down. So now I'm just
now it's the
Master. Master Suite. Yeah.
Yeah, they decided it was racist.
Good to know.
I hate this world.
I'm looking what it is now because I want to know.
King Suite, right?
No.
I've heard some
Master
King Suite.
Master Suite called. Wait, what did it say? God damn it!
Yeah,
you guys can talk while I'm looking it up.
Really, sure.
Are you sure you want me to talk about you?
Yeah. I don't know if that's a good idea.
No, it's not. And it's sorry. And I said Suite. Master Bedroom's the one, but I guess Master Suite works too.
Same deal.
Master Suite called now. Anyone in the chat got it? Called?
No, but Ben Grimm wants to know what celebrity Dan can beat up this week.
Oh,
JG Michael, primary bedroom.
Thing? Primary, thank you. Primary bedroom's the new name for it. Yeah, no more master bedroom.
There you go.
Even though that's where Dan keeps his white sheets. So Patreon's gonna be lit tonight. So if you're not a member, you better go join that shit.
Jesus Christ. What celebrity do you think I could beat up this week?
I think Dan can take Diddy.
Oh, I do.
Now Dan's getting fucking Diddy all the way.
I get a vibe like you get him away from his bodyguards. He's not a fighter. I could be wrong. Maybe
I don't know. Did you see that fucking hotel footage?
Right. We're gonna change
in a towel.
Flesh Moon Cassie in a minute.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Well, definitely not Frank Grillo. Grillo would take me. I could beat up Douglas Smith, the very white.
There
Douglas
you go.
Smith. White on white crime, Dan. That's fucked up.
There you go. I'm giving myself that win.
I feel like you may be able to take Busey.
Know,
wait,
Harry got the crazy energy. Yeah, little Busey. We're not talking Big Gary.
I feel like Busey gets close enough. He's biting off a nose or an ear, or like it is hard to fight Crazy. I'd have to knock him out quick. Otherwise, I don't know.
Jake Busey, yeah.
I'd say Jake.
I'd take Jake.
Jake's a given, but
you know what? I'm gonna have to say no. I don't think you could take Jake either, just for the fact that crazy motherfucker was raised by the other crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, Busey blood in him.
That is true. He may have Busey.
He's probably the younger, stronger. He hasn't hit that final Busey form once he gets his fucking head.
I witnessed with my own eyes Gary Busey come down the stairs in a bathrobe and steal an entire ice cream boat from the Monster Mania celebrity dinner.
Didn't he chase down somebody that took a photo of him?
Oh, yeah.
Convention?
I was sitting next to him for, getting a photo with them. I got that. Well, fuck, I think you can see the ginger dead man actually over my shoulder there. And, somebody just, walked by and just snapped the photo. Stop him. I can't remember what he said, but he went like full Busey. And he's like, sorry about that. And then he just puts his arm and takes the photo.
He was like, move Meatloaf. I'm going to get
Still my favorite one of my favorite Meatloaf moments.
Oh yeah, because he didn't do anything wrong. He just misplaced markers. Yeah. It's like, what? I will fuck you. Then it's funny. I can't remember who found it. It was somebody Ian Ziering or something. It's like, they're right here. And he's
and then Meatloaf's just like, shut the fuck up.
He wasn't done. He was still gonna yell at him, even though it was totally his fault. That was gold.
What we don't know is that he was up for the role of Lethal Weapon and he fucking took it. That's his Michael Caine.
Nothing like an angry Meatloaf. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Go watch Pelts again.
Go watch fucking Stage Fright. Stage Fright's underrated.
Oh yeah, that is true. Meatloaf was always good to one I hadn't thought about in a while, but you remember Black Dog with Patrick Swayze and Randy?
Yes, I did like that one.
Which was like a old school trucker action movie, but then it had a supernatural element to it. Kind of a unique movie. On that note, guys, is that all we got? Are we heading over to Patreon?
Yeah, we got 5. Yeah, we'll be over in Patreon at 5. So wrap us up.
All right, guys. So be sure to tune in next week for our best of 2024 show, best and worst and everything in between. We'll talk about the year in general. We'll also have reviews for Wolfman and some other stuff coming your way. So stay tuned, and we'll see you on Patreon in just a few minutes. Good night.
Money's on the dresser.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
I'll see you in Disneyland.